Hey, this is Guy Unger again. Wanted to do a video today based on three really cool ideas that I got from David Gilmour. He is a great improviser, great soloer, super melodic. He doesn't have to do all this shredding stuff, but which I love to shred, don't get me wrong, but there's times when you just need the musicality, and David Gilmour is a complete master at this. And I think one of the main attributes that he has is his use of triads. And so I've picked out three licks that I absolutely love of his that I'd like to demonstrate and explain a little bit. And without further ado, let's get to it. This first little excerpt that I'm gonna start off with comes from Time. It's the second half of the solo in Time. And it is just super cool. It's real slinky and slidey. It's a really unusual way to play triads. And he, like I said, he's a master at it. So let's look at what he's doing. First off, we always want to understand what's the rhythm. If you're going to solo, what's the rhythm behind the solo? Well, in this case, during this section, the song goes to a D major 7 chord. And then it goes to an A major 7 chord. And then it's back to D major 7 again. And then A major 7. And then back to that D major 7. And then of course it continues on to C sharp minor 7. All right. Anyways, we're not going to get that far in this part. So let's talk about what he's doing. So a D major 7 chord consists of the notes D, F sharp, A, and C sharp, and he's finding a really cool way to play this. So let's talk about the first part of this lick here. Well, this lick starts on F sharp on the 4th string on the 4th fret. So he starts here, and then from there he's going to go to the 2nd fret on the 3rd string, which is A. All right, so he plays his F sharp to the A and slides up to the D here on the 3rd string, 7th fret. So far it's just F sharp, A, and D, which are the notes D, F sharp, and A. And now the only thing we've left out is a C sharp. So far he's got F sharp, A, D, and then he gets to this F sharp note here on the 2nd string, 7th fret. So then he gets up to the A on the 2nd string, which is the 10th fret. Nothing but D, F sharp, and A. It's just the D triad. He doesn't even have the C sharp in there. So to start over, it's the F sharp to the A, to the D, to the F sharp, to the A, and then he slides up to the B on the 2nd string, 12th fret, back to the A. All right, so that's nothing but the notes of a D major triad, except for the B note that he has in there, so which kind of gives it a little bit of a major 6 sound, okay? But sometimes all the extra notes, it's just in passing. You can analyze it however you want to, but that's what it would be. All right, so we got that lick. One more time, we're going to get into the next part. At this point, he goes to the A major 7 chord, which has A, C sharp, E, and G sharp. All right, so let's look at what he starts with. He actually starts on the 9th fret of the 2nd string, which is G sharp. Back to the A on the 10th fret, 2nd string. And then he slides down to the E on the 2nd string, 5th fret. So all A, C sharp, E so far, and G sharp. Well, actually, we don't have the C sharp just yet. So, all right, so he's back to the D major 7 chord at this point in the rhythm. So he's going to, of course, play some tones straight out of the D major chord. So he starts on the 2nd string, 7th fret this time, back to that F sharp. And then he's going to go to the 9th fret on the 2nd string, which is a G sharp. He's going to bend up a half step to A. All right, so he's got Then he's going to go back to the F sharp. He's going to slide from the 7th fret, F sharp down to the E, back to the F sharp. And then we're going to go from E to the C sharp. So we've got the whole thing so far. All right, ends on that C sharp there. So it's all notes straight out of the chords. So it's just super sounding way to improvise and solo. What's going to sound better over the chord than a chord tone? All right, so let's get on to lick number 2, okay? Lick number 2, I took out a comfortably numb. The chords in this section are just D, again, we're messing with D, D and A. All right, so he's going to go back and forth between D and A. This is where it goes. And the rhythm under that is just the D to A. All right, and then it goes to some other things, but we're just talking about the first part. So the first part that I just played is nothing but notes from just a D major triad in a couple of different spots. So the first part he's kind of starting here, which comes from like a D major bar chord. If we look at just the top 3 strings of that, so we have this D major bar chord. He's really just kind of playing, and he kind of rakes it. All right, so with the little bit of gain on it, so he's playing the F sharp on the 3rd string, 11th fret. He's going to the A, 10th fret, 2nd string, and then he's going to go to the D on the 1st string, 10th fret. Then he's going to go up to the F sharp on the 1st string, 14th fret, which is just a beautiful note. And then he does a little bend from the F sharp up to the G, half step bend. And like I said, he's just super on point with his bends. So it's another strength of Gilmour. So the D on the 15th fret, up to the 17th fret, bend up to E. All right, so from there, he bends up to the E, and it's kind of bringing us into that A chord, and the notes of the A chord are A, C sharp, and E. All right, same thing as the A major 7 chord we were talking about before, just without the G sharp. He's gonna bend up from D to that E, which is the 5th of A. And so what he's doing there, he bends that E up, comes back down to the D. He's going to play just basically an A chord, which is on the 14th fret of the 2nd string. He plays that twice. To the 14th fret on the 3rd string. To the 14th fret on the 4th string. Which is just, if you look at, an A chord up an octave. So he's got... And it comes back to the D. Then he does the same idea again with a slightly different rhythm. And again, you see he comes down on the A. All right, so just a super melodic way of playing notes from the chord. And he ends up on this G. So when he goes to the C chord, it's the 5th of the C chord. Okay. All right, idea number 3. This is kind of a solo part, but it's more really part of the rhythm, and so it just kind of demonstrates another way to kind of put a feel in, and he's just using triads. And this one comes out of at the wall. All right, so the song is in D minor. And So we have that kind of groove going on. So he starts on a D minor triad, which is on the 10th fret 1st string, 10th fret 2nd string, and then 10th fret 3rd string. And you can look at it coming from like a D minor bar chord. It's just the top 3 strings. So most of the, well, actually all of this lick is just triads on the top 3 strings. So opposed to the past couple ideas where we had D major, which would be D, F sharp, and A, here we have a D minor chord. So we've lowered the 3rd. The F sharp gets lowered. So if you want to check out my triads video that'll help explain a lot of this, just click right here and check it out. Our D minor triad coming straight from this D minor bar chord, if you want to look at it that way. All right, so, and he actually kind of plays that with his 3rd finger. And then we go to a piece of a C triad, but C major, which is C, E, and G. So the notes here would be C on the 1st string, 8th fret, and then we have G, the 5th of the chord, on the 2nd string, 8th fret, and then we have E, the 3rd of the chord, on the 9th fret, 3rd string. So we have this little. So it goes back and forth between the D minor and the C there, so. All right, and then we move it down to a little D chord looking shape, but he's moving it up here. And this is a G major triad, which the notes of a G major triad would be G, B, and D. And he's just got these notes together. It doesn't have to be in that order. None of these triads really have to. As long as they're present, it's still the chord. And you can get into what's called inversions, which is how the chord is played with different notes in the lower voicings. But that's, you could explain that with what's going on here, but that's for another video. So here we have our G triad. We're going to start with the 7th fret on the 1st string. And then we're going to play the 8th fret on the 2nd string. And then we're going to play our 1st finger on the 7th fret, 3rd string. And that's our G triad. So far we have our D minor to C, triad back to D, C twice, and then we have our G, and then we're going to go to an F triad. So he goes from this G shape and just moves it down 2 frets, because our root note G, down to G flat or F sharp, down to F. So we just walk that shape down, and then there's our root note. So. All right, and then he ends on an F chord. So, pretty cool just use of triads, and Gilmour is a complete master at it, and that's why his soloing sounds so good. Well, I hope you liked this video. I had a lot of fun making it, and I love doing this stuff. I'm having a great time doing it. It's really cool. I would love and very much appreciate your for you guys to subscribe and hit the notification bell. I'm really trying to put out a lot more videos, and you know, comment and like, and give me some comments about some things that you want to do. Actually, this video is based on another recommendation, and I've got a lot coming in, and I really do appreciate it. It's great. I've really worked hard. I love teaching. I've been teaching since 1996, and it's 2024 now. So and I don't see myself stopping anytime soon. I've been lucky to play music, make a living, and I just want to share that with everybody. All right, so thank you so much, and I will see you on the next one. Take care.